Let's talk about your dad for a second. He's lived this entire incredible life, a life full of stories and lessons and moments that chances are you've probably never even heard about.
Well, today we're going to look at a way to capture that legacy before it's too late.
And I mean, really think about that for a minute. What was his very first job? What was his biggest fear as a teenager? We might know the big bullet points, but it's in those little details, those smaller stories. That's where you find the real person. How much of that do you truly know?
And here's the tough part, right? Those stories, they don't last forever. Memories can fade, and if we don't make a real effort to capture them, they can just disappear. It's kind of like this amazing library of your family's history just vanishing from the shelves if no one bothers to write it down.
Because his life is so much more than just a timeline of events, isn't it? It's the story of how he became the man you know. You've got the wins, the struggles, the lessons he learned the hard way. It's all part of what made him, and by extension, what made you. So, how in the world do we get that story?
Well, it turns out there's a really simple, elegant tool that can help bridge that gap. It's a way to get the conversation started, to let him tell his own story in his own words without any pressure. And here it is. This is the journal that's designed to do exactly that. It's called Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story, and you can think of it as basically a guided interview in a book, creating this perfect space for him to share his life and his love.
Now, what's so cool about this is that it's really a gift for both of you. I mean, for your dad, it's this incredible opportunity to reflect and share his journey. But for you, it's the chance to get to know your dad on a whole new level.
Okay, so how does it actually work? Is it some big, complicated thing? No, not at all. The genius of it is in its simplicity. It's set up as a guided journey designed to make sharing memories feel easy, even fun, not like some big, intimidating homework assignment.
It's packed with over 250 prompts. And I know what you might be thinking. Whoa, that sounds like a lot, but they're so carefully designed to not be overwhelming. Instead, they just gently guide him through his life story, one memory at a time.
And you can see here how it's all laid out. The questions move in a way that makes sense, Starting from his childhood, going through the teen years, into adulthood. And it doesn't just focus on the highlight reel. It asks about his victories, sure, but also his challenges and the lessons he learned. It gives you the full picture.
And just from a practical standpoint, the design is fantastic. There is tons of room for him to actually write and share. This encourages more than just a yes or no answer. It's all about getting those rich details down on the page.
So let's fast forward. He fills it out. What's the end result? What do you get? You get a physical book, a family heirloom, filled with his stories in his own handwriting, a true treasure.
I mean, just pause for a second and actually picture that. Sitting down and reading this amazing, rich record of your dad's journey, discovering things you never knew, understanding his experiences from his own perspective, and connecting with who he is in a way you never have before.
And it turns out, dads really enjoy this process. Take Samuel Robert, who said his dad absolutely loved telling us all of his stories. It becomes this really beautiful act of connection for them too.
Or listen to this from Christy Harris. She gave it as a Christmas gift, and her dad told her it was his favorite gift he'd ever received. That says a lot, doesn't it?
And ultimately, this one from Joe Costa really hits the nail on the head. He just says, I learned so much about my dad because of this wonderful book. And at the end of the day, isn't that the whole point?
But this is where it gets even bigger. This isn't just for you. This is a gift that keeps on giving, for generations. Just imagine, years from now, you're sitting with your kids sharing these stories, and then one day, they're sharing them with their kids. This becomes a real, tangible piece of your family's history.
So when you put it all together, you realize this is so much more than just a journal. It's an experience. It's a connection. It's a permanent record of a life well lived.
So really, it boils down to this. For your dad, it's this cherished way to look back and share his life. And for you, it's the gift of knowing your hero just a little bit better. It's a win-win.
And look, this isn't some newfangled idea. This is the original best-selling journal of its kind, from author Jeffrey Mason. Tens of thousands of families all over the world have cherished this. It comes in both softback and hardback, and it's 100% created and printed right in the US.
Which really just leaves one last question for you to think about. What stories are waiting to be told in your family? And what incredible pieces of your own history are just waiting to be discovered? The link to this book is in the video description.